Alright, for the next weapon class, I will cover submachine guns, and I'm going to start with Claire's MQ-11, which I'm pretty sure is based on the Mac-11. Here you go here. She may hold it up at some point, because that's the same position as Jill when she was holding her samurai edge. Yep, sure enough. But yeah, it's so brief. Alright, test it out. No weapon upgrades, unfortunately, to make it look better. And this being a personal weapon, I do have to grab ammo for it, because something I didn't emphasize on, all the handguns have infinite ammo. And now let's see the damage rate on a player. So the minimum damage it could deal is 40 per shot. So when you rapid fire like that, that's mostly the damage it's gonna deal. If you let it hone in, it does increase to 48. Not very much. But yeah, you should always go for the head. Look at all that blood. So yeah, being a submachine gun, even though it's probably still using pistol caliber ammo, because this is a machine pistol after all, it deals less damage. Like for a video game, it's only fair, because if it was dealing the same actual damage as the handguns were, then yeah, these would be seriously overpowered. But I know, for the gun nut, it should be the same damage, because it's the same ammunition, for God's sakes. I think that's how it works. Alright. That's going to conclude the MQ-11. Now for the next and last submachine gun, the LE5, which Hunk uses here. Nice shiny close-up of it right here. Test it out. Alright. So by the looks of it, it does do slightly more damage than Claire's MQ-11. And I believe the maximum amount of reserve ammo you can have is 4 times the maximum capacity. Alright. Well, that's going to conclude the LE5, as well as all submachine guns. This is a really nice shot of Hunk right here, actually. Don't you all agree? Now let's get into the assault rifles. First, let's check out Jill's CQBR. Nice close-up of it, sort of. All right, test it out. Alright, and let's test it on a player, NPC. So 60 per shot if honed in, about 50 if not. So yeah, slightly more powerful than the submachine gun, should be the case. Yeah, pretty solid. Alright, that's gonna conclude Jill's CQBR. Now for the next and last assault rifle, Chris's Dragoon. Decent close-up of it right here. Alright. Alright, and test it on an NPC. So yep, same power as the CQBR. I just love all that blood. Alright, that's gonna conclude Chris's Dragoon, as well as all assault rifles. Alright, now to go over the one and only shotgun in this game so far, Leon's W870 shotgun. Nice slick close-up. Alright. Alright, so this one's going to be interesting to test out because it's a spreader. Normally with shotguns, the best results or when you're close up. So let's test that out first. So yeah, it just creamed him. One shot is all it took because it dealt 570. If I do that to the face, did 720 there. I feel like I could do better though. Of course, from much farther range, you're not gonna deal nearly as much damage. Oh, even though that one was pretty good. 540, this guy is on his last legs. I have achieved better firepower than that before though, so that's what I'm trying to achieve here. Point blank. There you go. I just got 1080 right there. I think that was the critical. Nearly double their entire health points, so there you go. All right, that's gonna conclude the W870 shotgun. And that being the only shotgun, that's it for shotguns. All right, there is one more personal weapon to go over before we move into the special weapons, and that is Ada's crossbow. This is a great segue into those special weapons anyway, because that's the class that I would basically put this in. Here you go, brightly lit in all its glory. Ooh, that shine. Look at that. All right, let's test it out however we can. Alright, so you're gonna be amazed at the damage this thing deals. This is the most powerful personal weapon of the pack. 360. 240 even when you're not aiming. 540 if you do a headshot, honed in. Nearly kills you. So yeah, people who are really good with her and get headshots with this thing, they're the most lethal players, man. And let me tell you, in my experience already, I have gotten killed by some of these people, and it is very humiliating when you just go down in one shot like that. 810. All right, now, while I have this equipped still, I'm gonna show you one of Ada's skills. It's a pipe bomb arrow. Basically, it comes from the crossbow, so I'm gonna count it here instead of way earlier. But basically, what she does, if I actually go back to the skill description real quick, pipe bomb arrow. Leap directly upwards and shoot a single arrow with a pipe bomb attached to it in the direction of your reticle. The arrow explodes on impact and deals significant damage to enemies near the impact point. All right, so let's test that out. There you go. So it does 300 damage if it's a direct impact. With its explosive properties, it will obviously have a blast radius. So let's test that feature out right now. So yeah, I got that one more than this one. I didn't really see the damage statistics right there. So yeah, being an explosive has a blast radius. Direct hits will do more damage, obviously. Not much else to show here. All right, that's gonna conclude Ada's crossbow. All right, for the remainder of this weapon review, I'm gonna use my main man, Chris Redfield. And all of the special weapons are displayed within view here. We got some duplicates, but basically there are a total of 4 special weapons. First, we're gonna start with the spark shot. So, most of these are single fire only, and they deal a ton of damage. Not killing wise necessarily, but they can screw people up. Here's a nice close-up of the spark shot. You can see like the umbrella logo right there, and it's gonna say umbrella. You can't see the whole thing because it's being blocked by the metal plate. Now, of course, when you aim it, you charge it up. So it'll do more damage if you let it charge. I can tell you guys right here and now, there is no difference between headshots or body shots with this weapon. So first, let's do no charge. So it does like 4 shocks of 80 and then 1 final shock of 160. So it does a total of 480 damage if you do not let it charge. All right, so now let's see a full charge. Yeah, it will kill someone on the spot if you manage to hit them with a full charge. Let's just see if there is a difference if I'd go for a medium charge of sorts. It does. But even if you only let it charge to the middle, it'll still kill the player on the spot. So this is a very powerful weapon. All right, so that's gonna conclude the spark shot. Next, I'm gonna get into the explosive weapons because that's all that's left here. And we're gonna start with the M79 grenade launcher. the GM79. There's a reason there's duplicates here, because there's two types of rounds. You got explosive rounds, and you got acid rounds. So the explosive does slightly more damage than the acid, but both will stun your enemy pretty well. Doesn't seem to be a difference between head and body shot. Let me make absolutely sure. Yep, it doesn't matter. Alright, well, that's gonna conclude the GM79 grenade launchers. Now let's take a look at the MGL grenade launchers. So close up. They appear to be flame rounds, not explosive right there. But still acid for the other ammo. Alright. It says grenade round, but it clearly looked like flame rounds if you ask me. Alright, let's test this one out. 450. And of course, the acid does 350. So yeah, just two different types of grenade launchers, but they do the same exact damage and have the same exact rounds. Neither have any advantages over the other. Just taking the grenade launchers from both Resident Evil 2 Remake and Resident Evil 3 Remake. Alright, so that's gonna conclude the MGL grenade launcher. And now for the ultimate explosive weapon, the rocket launcher. And this is specifically the one from Resident Evil 2 Remake and Resident Evil 3 Remake. Here it is, nicely lit up. Alright, now let's test it on an unsuspecting hunk. This one in the distance, it like never gets tested on. 650 damage, so you directly hit them, it is an insta-killer. Go figure, right? It's usually what the rocket launcher does. Let's try some blast radius, though. Wow, still managed to do it. Is there any radius that's not lethal? There you go. That was a perfect example, too. I got two of them. One was like 440, the other was 520. So yeah, very deadly weapon, but only near and direct hits will instantly kill them. Well, that's gonna conclude the rocket launcher. However, we are not done yet. Alright, so now I'm moving over to the creature side of things, and I will show a few things here. Starting with the Fat Molded, which is the weakest creature, really. One of its skills is the self-destruct. Use the energy stored up in your body to explode. The scale of the blast corresponds to the amount of energy stored. You store energy continuously over time, but dealing and receiving damage also stores additional energy. Store up a lot of energy and then let loose with a huge explosion. Alright, so let's go in to the playground. And it doesn't matter what character we use, because if I select a certain option, then I can choose the creature to turn into. We'll turn into a Fat Molded. So yeah, if we self-destruct right now, we're not gonna have a lot of energy. Still does 242 damage, not bad. But if I actually attack here, or if I get attacked, okay, I probably have a full core here because look at that. Wow, 900. So yeah, you want to build that thing up when you're playing as a molded. All right, so I just wanted to show that to start. The next creature skill I'm going to show, weapon-wise, is the Hunter Gamma's Acid Spray. Spew a mouthful of stomach acid a medium distance in front of you, dealing damage to enemies hit by it. The acid will splash upon impact, dealing damage in the surrounding area as well. All right. So yeah, I'm regarding this as a projectile weapon, so it is fair game in this weapon review. So yeah, remember earlier I said there's no weapons from Resident Evil 7? I guess that's a lie because the Fat Molded is from Resident Evil 7. So yeah, let's try the acid spray. It does 100 damage each. Yeah, there you go. That's really all there is to show. And he has his tail, but that's a melee. And then his killing attack is also, I would consider melee, so I'm not gonna show any of that. That's gonna be it for the Hunter Gamma's acid spray. All right, next I'm gonna show off Jack Baker's weapon that he has like on hand at all times. It's his chainsaw scissor from Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. So yeah, I don't know what I was saying. With regular firearm weapons, there's nothing from Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, but in this context, yeah, there is something from Resident Evil 7. Everything is RE Engine stuff, though. So yeah, along with his weapon, he has another skill that hones it as well. It's the Chainsaw Scissor Whirlwind. Advance forward as you attack with the chainsaw scissors in a whirling strike. You can use the left stick to change direction during the attack. All right. Here we go. So yeah, I see. Does 140 to 150 damage. Alright, now let's try that Chainsaw Whirlwind. So it appears you can't hit him twice with the same attack. Wow, when I rotate that direction, it does almost 2 full turns. That's pretty lethal. All right. Well, I think that's gonna conclude Jack's Chainsaw Scissor. All right, so unfortunately, the Super Tyrant doesn't have any weapon-like qualities. It's all melee for his skills and attacks. So he's not gonna be featured in this weapon review, but Nemesis, on the other hand, while he has his punches and his tentacles, one of his abilities is his personal rocket launcher. So this is definitely grounds for weapon reviewing here. Fire a powerful rocket at a distant opponent. Hold right bumper to ready your rocket launcher. You can freely aim the targeting reticle while the rocket launcher is readied, and then release right bumper to fire the rocket once you've lined up your shot. All right, so let's give that a go. It's just another rocket launcher, basically. Direct hit does 400 damage. Blast radius a little less. Alright, even at the widest point, it does over 300 damage. Very nice. Even a headshot, though, it doesn't go higher than 400. Alrighty, well, that's gonna conclude Nemesis Rocket Launcher. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is gonna conclude my weapon review of Resident Evil RE-Verse, the base game at least. Hope you enjoyed the weapon review. It was fun and not tedious at all with the ease of it and how everything was in my hands at that playground. So this was very easy to whip out. I'm glad I got it out relatively soon after the game release while it's still fresh. Although at this point in time, I'm already seeing people being pessimistic about it and saying the game's gonna die very soon. I really wish people would have a little more optimism for the game. Let it breathe. It's just my personal opinion. I'm gonna enjoy playing it while it's still out, which is very rare coming from me because I'm not a huge fan of Resident Evil multiplayer games. I hate Umbrella Corps with a passion. It's my least favorite game. Resistance gave me about the same mindset, and Operation Raccoon City was okay, but I still don't like it overall. The last time I had actual fun in any Resident Evil Versus multiplayer mode was Resident Evil 5's Versus mode. I skipped all the Versus modes of Resident Evil 6. It was just a little complicated and convoluted for me, so I never really got into it. But yeah, I'm just saying something there. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that little weapon review, and of course, I will follow up fairly soon with a melee move review, so look forward to that. And of course, I will also redux my weapon review of Resident Evil Village because we got the new third-person perspective and additional DLC. So that's all what you have to look forward to after this. Until then, this is Shankster94, aka The Gamer Shankster. Rate, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Shankster_94. Check out my Facebook page and support me on Patreon. Shout out to Firgale the Fearless for being an active patron and a great friend. And shout out to these individuals for supporting me in the past. You guys are awesome. Check out my Discord server, Shingster Sub. It's a great place for you guys to talk Resident Evil and just communicate with each other. All right, peace out. Have a good one.